really needed to change the curtains. I had this one for at least 13 years, I think, and I had bought them in a flea market a long time ago in Lyon, and they were all stained, damaged. Really, it was really time to change them. So I was happy to remove them at last, because they didn't cover even the entire window. This is the new fabric for the new curtain, which I did myself. It's my first very big fabric project I finished and completed with the lining. So there were a lot of fabric for these curtains, because I wanted to have a beautiful width, and the entire width is 3 meters and 30 centimeters. The entire width of the fabric. It's not the width of my window, and I couldn't iron them properly because I don't have an ironing board, so I did the best I could. But I'm really pleased with this pattern, this fabric, which is a sort of toile de Jouy inspired, with the grey patterns on the pink background. And I put my table, as you see, near the window now. Quite like it like that, and Clochette adores it like that. Now she's a little higher than on the previous little stand she had, and she really enjoyed it. Much better to see the garden really well. And it was really messy, and so each January I really like to do a big cleaning, tidying, try to make my space more beautiful, welcoming new projects, also making space for new projects. So I like to take the time at the beginning of the year to do a slightly more in-depth cleaning and tidying in the studio, because I think this is a room which really deserves it. And I try to clean my tools on a regular basis. I would like to say once a month, but it's probably more once every 3 months. Just adding some warm water, boiling water on those, and it just helps removing all the glue. Usually the glue then is very easy to remove. And I do the same for my brushes too. To do some pell-mell, you know, these boards where you can add all your photos. So I know there are probably rules to do them. I just improvised and did using the big frame, golden frame I had from my brocanteur, and it didn't have a glass, so I just thought this one is perfect for this project, just to gather a bit more my ideas and to try to have my walls a little less messy also. I wanted to have one which I already had more for the exhibition, for the photos, inspiration, all that. Another one for all my personal projects, for the long-term projects actually. Both of them I wanted to have on my walls a reminder of the photos and characters, words I wanted to be inspired by on my walls, and so I wanted to make some pêle-mêle. I don't know the English word for it, just to, where you gather all the things you like and you can change them very easily. So I had this first one which had been offered by a friend a long time ago, and I reorganized everything around my shelves. Now I'm using my ink much more often, so that's why it's now on my table in the studio, because I like now to use it even in my sketchbook, my notebooks. I started to do that really much more. I'm going to try to not stain my fingers so much, but I love it. I just love writing with ink and a quill. It's just so nice, and especially for my historical projects, which are all historical. The one in the exhibition and the personal ones are all traveling into time. I think for any ideas I have, using the quill and the ink is just so nice. I'm super pleased to do that. It's just an experience in itself that I adore. So I wanted to have it back in the studio on the table to use it all the time. So I decided to organize a bit above my desk, a bit differently, just to have more things hanging and to have some pêle-mêle. So I wanted to have those for quite some time. I improvised some in the past, but with the ribbons and all that, it's just, I didn't follow probably the rules you need to have to do them well, but I just thought, oh, it's nice, you can change the pictures you have and organize them in a nice way. So this one is for inspiring pictures and things printed online, by the way. It's not something I have taken from a book or anywhere else or bought as engravings. They are for the exhibition, the scene I'm doing, and I'm going to tell you all in details in probably in the next or the one after video. So it was just because I wasn't totally going in the right direction and I needed to be to change a bit, so that's why I have this photo under it and I need to take inspiration from that. And then the other one, which is the biggest one, I wanted to have all my other things, and for my more personal projects or things I need to be inspired by. I love this quote by Pigault Lebrun, so it's a gentleman I've mentioned many times, and this one is, "The time you are wasting today is a thief for tomorrow, so hurry up." And it's just something we all need to hear a bit more, and I like to have it. And I was really happy to discover it when I was reading this novel from him. Above you have here Mademoiselle de la Force. So I just printed that online, but I adore this painting. Well, I will not be able to find it anywhere else but on a reprint. So I'm thinking I'm maybe going to try to find a website where they print things on nice canvas or something. For the living room, I adore the colors. So it's a lady from the 17th century. It's a 17th century original painting, the original one. And she was a fairy tale writer. I have her in my cabinet des fées. Also on this book, there was a few of her fairy tales. So she was living pretty much at the same time than Madame d'Aulnoy. But we don't have such a beautiful painting for Madame d'Aulnoy, but for her we really have this one. I thought it was just, I love the colors of her and I love this portrait. And I like to know that she's a fairy tale writer too, so I wanted to have her above my desk just as an inspiring character around me. This character, I need to do him for my part 3 of the Marshall series, but I'm going to try to find a way to not to do it so that it takes me too long, because it takes a long time to do some portraits, but I need to have him or a silhouette of him for a scene, so I need to have the reminder that I need to do this character. That's it for my other pêle-mêle, and I dyed my white ribbon with different colors, so just improvised, but I'm happy to have one. Maybe I will make a third one. If you find that funny that a fairy tale storyteller is next to Laclos, who is totally at the other side of the spectrum of literature, well, don't be surprised. He didn't write fairy tales, but he wrote a very, very beautiful text that we will explore for young ladies and for his daughter, actually, which is really, you will be happy to know about it. And I'm going to include it in one of our episodes. All the writers who were writing for all this sort of literature were jumping from one style to the other. So Madame de la Force, from what we know, I don't think she wrote libertine or this sort of literature, but there is another gentleman, Duclos, who was very, very famous in the 18th century. He appears in Le Cabinet des Fées, so the same collection I have in the old version, but this one is the modern one. And Duclos, who was the author of one of the most famous libertine novels from the 18th century, also wrote fairy tales. So you see, it's really, everything is intertwined. There is no problem. You can write a fairy tale, you can write fairy tales and libertine novels afterwards. It's totally fine. It's Charles Duclos. So he wrote, his famous book was Les Confessions du Comte de 1742. And here he wrote several fairy tales. So I will try to find his volume in the different ones I gathered. Some are more difficult to find in the original collection, but you see, there is no problem at all. And as I said in my video about Madame de Villeneuve, who wrote The Beauty and the Beast, her stepson was Crébillon fils, and he was the author, a super, super famous libertine writer. And she was the author of The Beauty and the Beast, of fairy tales. So you see, it's all connected, these things. And my wolf is still in progress. You're going to see him very soon. I should have another update in my shop on Monday. Maybe I will have another one in February if I didn't finish all the things I wanted to finish for this one. But this is going to be the next character, which is the violinist. I put out the dancer I did for the historical series I started last year, and the third part is coming soon, and I needed to have her back because I'm going to work on this opera world and there's going to be really, really nice scenes, and it was time to put her back from the trunk so that I would work on her. And those are all my sketchbooks. I bought a new one, the purple one that you see. This one is for the second historical project, but I needed to gather things and ideas, and it's a long time, yes, just definitely a long time project, but my notebooks makes me extremely happy. I adore them, I keep them, they are messy, but they are my most precious tools, I think, because this is where I gather all the ideas, thoughts, everything really, everything is in these pages. I just also wanted to say that my curtain comes from the same website where I buy all my fabric, so I'm not at all affiliated with them or anything, but in case you are interested, I will just add the website link under this video. They have pretty good quality fabric and they are pretty nice too. They are located in the south of France and they have a big South French accent when they talk to you. I had to call them for a little something, and it's pretty funny. So they have a quite good collection of fabric for home, quite good quality too, so with very big width also. I also wanted to say that the Ibex has found a home, but I will have other characters coming. The wolf, is going to make some progress, and he hopefully should arrive on Monday, and maybe I will have a few others too, so we will see. And if they are not finished for this Monday, it's going to be later in February for the other ones, because I'm going to continue to work on this theme. I'm also going to share with you more about the big scene I'm working on for the exhibition with my lake and all that. It's going to be really cool. It's actually inspired by an epic poem from the early 16th century, in an Italian one, so very famous in Italy. But you're going to see, I will tell you more in the next video, maybe not this one, but the one after. You will know more about it, but I need to start my scene and to experiment how I'm going to do this water thing, because we need to have a lot of water on the scene. I also wanted to say that in my big fairy tale home decor workshop, there were 4 decors. It's a workshop I opened in 2018. On a regular basis, some ladies asked me if I could have all of them separated. So for now, there is the deer and there is the unicorn. The unicorn has just been separated from the other ones. You can still buy the full fairy tale home decor workshop with the big 4 decors, which include the unicorn, the deer, the rabbit and the bed canopy. Or if you are only interested in doing the unicorn, for example, now you can do it. You can do the unicorn only if this is what you are interested. So I will just also link that under this video, because some ladies asked me to do that for a long time and I took the time to do it. So if you are interested to have also a big unicorn on your wall like me or in my living room, you can do it without doing the other decors if you want to. So if you like this video, don't forget to put a thumbs up. It's very helpful for the videos, for the visibility and all that. So I thank you very much for doing that, and for your comments, which are always precious, and I always enjoy very much reading them. Thank you very much, and I will see you very soon.